here is the data that we recently recorded when we did a broad jump at RS Payne. If you haven't watched that video, definitely go back and check it out. I want you to take just a minute to pause the video and notice and wonder about the data that you see here. All right, maybe you noticed that there was a pretty wide range of how far people jumped. We have a small number like 19 and a big number like 91. You might have also noticed that we have two people that scored the same at 52. Or maybe you noticed that there were a lot of people in the 50s. One of the things that I was wondering is there anybody else at RS Payne who can jump farther than 91? So when we are looking at a set of data, one of the things that we might want to do is give a measure of center. That means kind of like a number that is in the center that would represent most of the data. So if someone's would ask, about how far can your teachers at RS Payne jump, you might give them a measure of center. And there's actually 3 different ways that you can do that. You can do that with a median, mean, and mode. This week, we're going to learn what all of those words mean and how to find each one of them, find each of those measures of center. But today, we're going to focus on median, the first one. So to find the median, you have to find the middle number once the numbers are in order. So I have everyone's jumps here in the order that they jumped, but I need to get them in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to rearrange them, and I'm going to put my smallest one down here. I'll put my biggest jump up here, and then I'm going to put them in order between that. So let's see. My next biggest jumps look like it was 48, then 50, then I see 51. I had 2 people at 52, 56, and then 63. So I'm going to check again. Do they look like they're all in order from least to greatest? Yep, looks good to me. Now I'm trying to find the number in the middle. My favorite way to do that is by kind of connecting the ones on the end. Okay, it's not those. Connect these 2, connect these 2, connect these 2. So then you can see that this number 52 is in the middle. That's the one left in the middle. Let's change its color. And then that's the number that we would call the median. So one way to say a center number, a measure of center of our jumps at RS Payne is 52. So our teachers can jump about 52 inches in the broad jump. So one thing to keep in mind is that there's a little bit of change if you have an even number of data points. Let's know how in the video, Mr. Jones came in at the last minute. Let's pretend that he wasn't there, that he hadn't added in. And let's look at what happens when we order them from least to greatest. Okay. So now I've put them in order from least to greatest. I'm going to try to find the middle number by connecting end to end. There's a match. There's a match. There's a match. Now I get to this point and I have 2 numbers that are together there in the middle. For the median, I need just 1. So there is it's called a convention, something that we agree to do. And mathematicians agree that when we get to the middle of a set of data and we have 2 points, that we're going to add them up and divide by 2. And that actually finds the number in the middle. So and this is a step that you're welcome to do on your calculator. I'm going to use the calculator on my phone. When I add 51 plus 52, I get a sum. So I do 51 plus 52. I get a sum of 103. And then I'm going to divide that by 2, 103. And so I'll do 103 divided by 2. I get 51 and 5/10. So that would be my median of the data without Mr. Jones' piece of data in there, 51 and 5/10. So I think it's helpful to see maybe 2 more examples to kind of get the idea of make sure you know what's happening with median. So I asked Miss Bost about how many people were in her family and their ages, and here's what she shared with me. So to find the median age of Miss Bost's family, we're going to first put them in order from least to greatest. And then remember, it's helpful if you want to find the middle to do that matching up from end to end. So let's take and match these 2, these 2, these 2. There it is right there in the middle. We have 1 number left. That 41 is the median age of Miss Bost's family. So her family is about 41 years old. All right, if we do the same with my family, Get my ages in order. We just have 4 people in my family. And now I'm going to match end to end. Uh-oh, I have this issue of 2 people right there in the middle. And if I'm looking for the median, I only want 1. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add them up. So I'm going to do 13 plus 38, adding those 2 middle numbers, and I get 51. Lost my pen there. So 13 plus 38 is 51. And when I do 51 divided by 2 on my calculator, I get 25 and 5/10. So the median age of my family is 25 and 5/10. We're going to learn several new vocabulary words this week, so it's going to be helpful to try to think about how can I remember these and keep all of them straight. This is a picture that might help you. This is a picture of Wards Road out in front of Walmart, and this space right here, this grassy area, is called the median, and it's that space in the middle of the road between the 2 lanes going opposite directions. So when you hear the word median, you might think of the middle of the road to remind you that you need the middle number. All right, folks, we've talked about this first measure of center, median, which means finding the middle of a set of data. And this week you will also learn 2 more measures of center, mean and mode.